come on. Oh, here we go. All right. We're live on Hangouts and Gun Channels and just waiting for good old YouTube. YouTube, I'm still having issues with YouTube. Here we go. Ah, damn it. There we go. Hit that. All right. Welcome. Live from the crossroads of America. A talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat, and my esteemed panel and I will try to answer them. Or you can email me at Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. We are broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube. I can't even pronounce the word, so we know what we mean. I have a Patreon page. I have a Spreadshirt page, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I have Instagram and Twitter and all that, but I don't use them that much. So I'm just letting you know. All right, let me. Who we got so far? We got. Who was the first one in here? Oh God, I lost my chat. Oh, Jesus Christ. There it is. John Brown Productions, I believe, was the first one in here. Then Patriot. Then Rich White. Black Cat Outdoors. Sean Connery. Kingpin. That's on YouTube. Then we got who we got. We got some double duties here. Rich White. David Bolin. Sean Connery. Dead Horse on Gun Channels. And if anybody wants to join the panel, I'm putting the link in Gun Channel side. So if you're not a member of Gun Channels, go over there and sign up. It's free. Then you can join the panel because the link is there. Okay, let me introduce my panel. Aha, Squibload has joined us. So let me introduce my panel. First off, we got Tony. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, I'm good. Short timer here. I'm going to leave here in a few minutes.
No problem. I appreciate you stopping by. Then we got Squibload.
Even at home, I can't get to the mute button. No, I'm actually home today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's 2 Saturdays in a row.
Well, yeah, but last Saturday was work. It was fun work, but it was work. You got to admit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that was every Saturday, if I got paid to do that, I'd be living the dream.
You're right there. Who else we got? We got the Patriot in the Dark. How you doing?
Join me and we'll complete your training.
It's May the 4th, so you gotta have some Star Wars stuff. So thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
All right. Now we got David, the Kingpin Bowling. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Thanks for having me, Rick. Always a good time.
Well, and then jumped in real late here is Rich White. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Anyway, I hope if you guys got any topics, throw them out there. We can talk about them. But I was just going to talk about, most of you heard it anyway, about my trip to the NRA. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thoroughly enjoyed meeting a bunch of people there. It was good. I've made my choice. I'm going to get I don't even know where it's at yet. I mean, I've checked online, and there's not many places selling it yet. I want the 380 EZ Performance Center.
Nobody wants to hear about your gun. They want to hear about the evil Knievel thing.
Oh, when I left, you mean? Oh, yeah. But after meeting everybody, I decided, even though late in the afternoon I decided to leave, because even though I was using my scooter, I was getting out of it, walking around, and my back was killing me. So I decided to leave. I find the first entrance to get out of, and there's a set of stairs. I went, shit. So I turned around, went off, drove down the hallway till I found a set of stairs that I looked, and I could see the main road. I thought, here we go. So, but there was no button to push, the automatic doors for they open up. So what I did was I got my cart, pushed it against the door, and the first set of doors opened up. Then I went through the second one, and as I'm opening it, all of a sudden the door shut open. I go flying out, and there was 2 steps there. And I went boom, boom, boom as I slid down the goddamn steps into the pouring rain. I'm surprised the goddamn scooter didn't break in half of my weight on it. But that was the highlight of my afternoon. I'm quite surprised it didn't tip over either. But I think the only reason it didn't was because I hit it straight on, But then I got soaking wet riding my scooter to where I parked at. So, but that was okay. I didn't mind. I had a good time.
As long as you didn't get hurt, man, it was funny as shit.
Oh yeah, it was. It was. I wish somebody had filmed it. So it was kind of hilarious. So anyway, besides, I was saying I got to, because I hung out with Ohio 45 ACP most of the afternoon. And we were walking around all the booths there. But I mentioned this before at the Barry's Bullets booth. We ran into the young lady there, Justine Williams, her name is, and because we found out she's sponsored by them, and she's 14 years old. Last March, she was telling us last March, at the age of 13, she became the youngest competitor and youngest female competitor to achieve the rank of Grand Master in the USPCA division, on production division. I thought, Jesus Christ, But it's nice to see young people into sports and female as well, which I thought was quite interesting.
It says here, if it's the same as, it says Justine Williams, 14-year-old cancer survivor. Is that the same girl?
I don't know. She's a shooter. Barry's Bullet sponsors her.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the link somewhere on the internet to drop in the chat so people can look her up. But I don't want to drop something that's not her.
Hang on, let's see if I got one.
Team Springfield.
No, I don't think she's on the Springfield team.
All right, because there's a video here, but it's from 2017. And then this one's from 2018. Grandmaster Justine Williams, 13 years old. Here we go.
That's it.
I got it.
Yeah. Oh, I found her. I got a link here to her Facebook page I'll put in there. I don't know if it will accept it, but
Yeah.
So there we go. Shoot something else.
So to be a grandmaster, what's that entail?
How the hell am I meant to know? But it sounds good. I think
A lot of people's butts, I think.
I'm a little concerned about typing how to become a grandmaster in my chat, though. Who knows what's going to come up?
yeah, that could be a bit. That could be construed the wrong way. I guess I think it's maybe the score she achieves, and the speed she does it at. I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Is that the same thing that MW Tactical does? Is that the same competition stuff? I don't pay attention much to the competition. I do admit. Sorry about that.
Ohio 45 ACP says it's a qualifier match at a certain time and accuracy of hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, Ohio 45 put a YouTube link out there to showing her shooting.
And so you talk to her?
What kind of shooting she's doing? She does the same stuff as what's her name? She's getting up to now in her 40s, but Julie Gollop, or how you pronounce her last name,
mm-hmm.
She does the same thing. So. A squeaky chair here.
So you got a chance to sit and talk with her for a little while?
Oh yeah. We stood, well, didn't sit. We stood there and was talking to her. Didn't record anything. But, she was talking. Ohio 45 was asking most of the questions. I was trying to steal swag. She gave me a bunch, too. She gave me a bunch of stuff. I got stickers and I got some. I'm not giving it away this week, but where is it? In one of my things there, she gave me some berries weapon oil to give away. And I got other stickers in here and all kinds of goodies. So, hey, while I'm at it, where's my box? Here it is. The question that's been out there for 2 weeks. My box is destroyed. My pack of goodies, stickers, patches, a lanyard thing here. I think there's a pen in here as well, I believe. It's all in there. And the question was, hang on, let me put my box back together. Oh, all the other ones from last month I mailed out yesterday. So you should be getting those in a few days, the winners. So the question was, in the 1975 movie Brannigan with John Wayne, what was the revolver that he used? Or I said firearm, but everybody knows the answer is a revolver. But it was a Colt Diamondback 38 Special with a 4-inch barrel, and so that was the answer. And we had 6 correct answers. So let me hit my super duper random picker machine here that I got, and let me hit the draw now button. Blind Shooter won it. So there we go. Where is he today? So,
well, congratulations.
Yes. Even though he's not here, he's a winner. Yeah.
Speaking about winning things, I got something in the mail today from somebody here on this panel.
You did?
Yeah.
Remember you got that pink banjo?
No, it's not a banjo. Everybody can see what it is. Well, except you, Patriot, but you should know what it is already.
Oh, it's the what's called? No, I can't. The name slipped my mind. The snake.
Yeah, it's the black and white version of the Gadsden flag. But
That's the word I was looking for. The Gadsden flag.
Yeah, but it doesn't quite say what the Gadsden flag says.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about that. Patriot, I watched your video.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if you meant to say it, but the way I interpreted it with the pink gun channels patch, the new pink. What patch was it now?
Every second matters.
Matters in pink. Then you went and you said that. Then you said, "I got my 9mm here." Were you saying feminine people use 9mm?
Oh, I'm not saying that pink's a feminine color. It just matches 9mm and pink.
Yeah,
I think they both go together. I mean, anybody can wear pink, I guess.
Take one out of that, huh?
I do have one small itsy bitsy tiny correction for that video though, Patriot.
Oh.
The gun channels G you said was a pink G with a white background.
Oh, it's backwards.
It's a white G with a pink background. So you're gonna have to go and redo that video right away.
Okay. I it's hard. I'm lucky I got the pink one. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I noticed that little thing in there about being pink and 9mm.
I gotta keep it kind of light.
Yes. We won't get into the the caliber discussion today. I don't think.
No,
I'm gonna try to anyway.
As far as watching a good video that is really funny and will only take you, I think, like 2 minutes and 35 seconds out of your life, go over to Gun Channels and watch Patriot's latest video about May the 4th, the bad lip reading video. That is funny stuff.
They have a whole thing of Star Wars ones, but yeah, had to throw something on there.
All right, I will do. I'll go check that out. Anyway, while I was at I mentioned this on the Wednesday, shooting with disabilities podcast that I do. But I actually went talking about that. I sent him an email. I didn't hear anything back from Wheelchair Warrior. But I actually, the avatar, he uses that wheelchair with the guns on it. But the wheelchairs, I went to the actual booth, the people that make those. And those things, I mean, what they can do today, they can go from the sitting position all the way to standing to shoot. Somebody who can't stand, and they can hold them up there. Not only that is, you can actually maneuver it across the the ground in the stand up position too. But I mean, we're talking $18,000 for one of these wheelchairs too. But I spoke to them. I sent them an email. I'm hoping to hear something next week. I didn't expect to hear anything this week, but I asked them for some. Does anybody? I actually, one thing I did ask for swag, but I said if you ever want to come on my Wednesday podcast and talk for a few minutes about your stuff, I said you're more than welcome. So I don't know if that will happen either, but hey, I thought it was worth a shot, and I done the same thing with Rock Island Armory. They gave me a bunch of stuff too. I mean, they gave me their oil wasn't a big tube, but they gave me a whole bunch of these little gun oils to give away, which I will do. And I got stickers and pins and all kinds of stuff from them. And I sent them an email saying the same thing, asking for swag. And does anybody on there want to come on the show and talk? So we'll see what happens. Hey, John Z, you should have an email with a link in it already. John Z's on my mailing list, I believe. So anyway, that was very interesting. And I went into I saw the new Henry with the with the side loading gate now, but I didn't like it. You could still load it and unload it from the tube. To me, I thought that was pointless. To me, it took away from the look of it a little bit.
Well, there is one advantage to tube loading when it comes to unloading it, because you don't have to keep working the slide, and you're less likely to hit the trigger while emptying the lever gun. That's one of the reasons why they kept that feature on the one that has the King's Gate, because it just makes it's just a safer unloading process.
I guess so, yeah. Maybe they can look better though.
My problem with the loading gate on the Henrys is with the brass receivers. I think people are going to be like, not wanting to scratch it up and mar it all up and stuff like that. So I prefer it on the, I guess you would say standard or original style of receiver.
Yeah, well, if you notice when Henry comes out with something new, they always come out with the brass receiver ones first. I'm sure they're going to come out with the other ones later.
When you're talking about standard original style, you're talking about standard original style of loading the lever action rifle?
No, I'm talking about like the design, like the wood stock with whatever kind of steel or metal the receivers are usually made of.
But you can get it. You can get it in blue. You can get it in silver plated. Well, I mean it's chrome plating. You can get it in stainless. You can get it in their brass. You can get it in several different finishes. You don't have to just buy brass.
Oh, see, the only pictures I've seen were the brass ones.
Yeah, according to their website, that's the only one they have is the brass receiver. They don't have it in steel receivers yet.
And
You're talking about for the side loading. For the side loading.
Yeah.
Oh no, give them time. Give them time. They'll end up offering.
Yeah, they always come out with brass for the very first model, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The brass ones are always the first. Then, depending on how they sell and stuff, whether they keep it in the catalog or not, then they come out with steel receivers after that.
I'm not poo-pooing the brass. I mean, I have the Golden Boy and the big boy. I like the brass. It's just, for me, I'd be worried about scratching the finish up while I was loading it.
Yeah, I've scratched mine, and at first I was kind of bummed, but then it was like, you know what? No, it's used. This is a working gun. This isn't a pretty boy gun. This is a working gun. So I said, I'm fine with the scratches. I can polish it out if I need to make it look good for whatever. And if you scratch the wooden stocks and you contact Henry, they will send you a replacement stock. They also offer a higher end stock that you can add to it later on if you decide the plain Jane wood stock isn't nice enough. They do offer a nicer one for sale. But if you contact Henry Service and you send them pictures of your scratched up stock, they sent me one. I didn't even ask them for it. I was asking for a different part, and they noticed the nick in the stock, and they sent me a 4-stock. So.
Nice. I mean, that's good customer service. I heard their customer service was pretty good.
One of the things that I thought was really good was I actually got to meet my customer service representative in person. She was there at the show. I'd seen a bunch of ladies standing around, and I asked, and she said, "That's me." And we got to see each other face to face, and it was really kind of cool because I had been talking to her about some issues I had putting the gun back together, some parts that I had lost. She's the one that noticed the nick in the stock and sent me a stock. And she also is the one that helped my son with his school project on Benjamin Tyler Henry. So it was really nice to meet her in person.
Yeah, then you got to realize with guns, those aren't scratches; those are character.
Well, with Henry, I really wish they would offer spare parts for sale because I keep spare parts for every gun I've got. And they're just not big on selling the parts. They handle it more like a warranty issue. If you lose or break a part, send them a picture, send them an email with a picture, and correspond with them, and they'll handle it like a warranty repair. And I almost wish that they sold an oops kit. You've seen those oops kits for AR-15s where they got all the tiny little pieces and springs that you can break or lose. Mm-hmm. I would like to have like a Henry Big Boy oops kit with all the tiny little, because I'm bad about that. Rick, you talked about that recoil guide rod plug that you lost and you found when you moved.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. I fired one behind my reload bench, and it wasn't until I had to go back there for something else, and it was like a year or so later. It's like, oh, it's like Christmas, look, new gun parts. So
yeah, that's what I did when I found it. I've got it locked away in my gun cabinet here in case I ever need it.
And that's just it. You probably will. There are little things like that. In my experience, I've found that they come in handy to keep as spare parts. But right now, Henry, they're really not big on selling parts. Maybe that'll change in the future. So, but yeah, if they get enough emails requesting something, or if they're doing really good on sales, they'll branch it out and they'll start offering it in different finishes and different calibers. Because right now it's only in 3 calibers or two calibers, right?
Three. It's 30-30,
okay,
38-55, and 35 Winchester, I think, or 35
okay.
Remington.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but those other two are kind of weird calibers, ain't they? 30-30, I mean, is a sort of like a normal, lever action gun type caliber, but the other two seem a bit weird to me. But hey, what the hell? I don't even own a lever action rifle, so there we go.
Patriots holding out until they offer it in 9mm.
In pink. You want pink stocks on it, right? You're Henry. So
I got a question about the tube feeding. Does that have a plug at the end that comes out and you slide it in, or is it like a notch where you insert it?
Well, you unscrew at the end, you pull it out so far, and then there's a slot you slip your rounds into.
Okay. I haven't messed with the lever gun since.
Yeah, the follower at the end of the tube has got like a little J cut into the tube.
Okay.
The follower's got a knob on it that you push in and turn, and it locks into place. Then you push and turn, and it unlocks. And like Rich says, you just pull the follower up until the little loading window is exposed, and you drop all your rounds in it.
Okay.
So we expect you to buy one, Patriot, and do a video on it. You know, field strip, and all that good stuff.
Mm.
You know, or ask Henry to send you one.
Dude,
Do
have fun.
video.
Have fun disassembling that thing blind. I'm telling you what, I have trouble taking it apart. Every time I do it, I get a little bit better. But some of those pieces, like the transfer bar, is the biggest pain in the butt. You've got to line up a retainer pin. You've got to line up a spring. You've got to line up the bar. Then you've got to line up the whole trigger pack. You've got at least they've got different size screws in the receiver, so you can't. I mean, you could. Some of them have the same thread pitch, but you'll find out right away that you've got the long screw in the short hole, or the short screw isn't fitting. But you've got to line this thing up just right, and you've got to put everything in a certain order, or it won't line up right. And it will work with the transfer bar removed. I know that, but it's a little bit it's a little bit tricky.
You got to watch that video I did on the tips for blind guys doing that. You know, as far as screws, I take revolvers apart. I mean, I'm sure it's obviously different with the.
Yeah,
Did I go through?
a little more complicated than revolvers. I mean, he's not lying. They're a pain in the butt if you can see what you're doing.
Well, that sounds like a challenge. So
Yeah, they throw the
go
gauntlet
ahead and send me your big boy there, Squib, and we'll. I'll gladly take it apart and put
hand it back
together.
to you in pieces.
Dude, I don't have a problem with that, because if you lose a part, all I have to do is send an email and be like, yeah, I let this blind guy handle my gun because he said he could do a better job. And
Can you do that multiple times so that over a process I can build my own?
I can get you everything
You
but
can't
the
say,
barrel
"Oh,
and
I
the
lost
receiver.
my receiver."
Yeah, that's going to
Yeah,
be a little bit tough, but yeah, I'd say probably over 10 or 20 years, I could get you every little piece.
Yeah, I was putting it together and I lost my receiver. I don't know where it went. Yeah.
Now, what I would like to know is if you could, I've never asked him this, if you could send your brass or silver receiver back and have it maybe replated or you know, somehow or another reworked somehow so that it did take the scratches out of it. I don't know if they do that.
Well, ask them, and you might get a new one in the mail.
Shit. Yeah, I'll ask, but I'm not looking for anything other than replacement parts.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to my next topic. I was I don't know who else does it, but I get a newsletter from oh hell, is it John Lott? His what in the hell's the name of his place? Oh hell, I lost it here. Where'd it go?
Second Amendment Foundation.
No, it's the Crime Prevention Research Center. And he just released new research on school shootings.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't read it yet, though.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, Patriot gets. I don't know who else gets it, but here he goes. They looked at 306 shootings on school property from 2000 to 2018. Right, and none of the possible concerns that people have raised about teachers carrying. Students getting hold of a gun, teachers accidentally shooting people have occurred. Indeed, not one time was somebody wounded or killed from a shooting, let alone a mass public shooting. Now, this is where I find strange. Between 6 a.m. and midnight at schools that let teachers carry guns. So what is he? I mean, to me, which I think is great. I mean, that's great to say there. Look, with schools that have allowed teachers to carry, there's been no shootings. But is he jiggling the figures? Because he said between 6 a.m. and midnight. Was there any shootings after midnight? Between midnight and 6 a.m.?
So,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, around here, all the schools have to be closed up by midnight. So that might be why they have that stat. You know, they're supposed to be you're not supposed to have any students past midnight on school grounds. So
Okay.
So from 12 to 6 a.m., there's not supposed to be anybody there except for maybe like the janitors and stuff. The overnight crew that works for janitorial.
The anti-gunners and the liars use those stats against us because if I, like, for instance, I have a school in my backyard and it's 3:30 on Saturday. If I went into my backyard and popped off a shot into the ground in my backyard, I live in a school zone, so that would be considered a school shooting. So for the people who drive by a school and do something foul at a school or get in a fight at a school parking lot or uh, you know, sell some crack at a school parking lot at 3 in the morning and shoot somebody, those are all considered school shootings as well.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Then, talking about your city, isn't it your mayor that's in serious trouble for corruption,
yeah.
whatever it is?
Yeah, she's horribly corrupt and she's a coward at that. As soon as all the information came out that she was embezzling money off this Healthy Holly book that she wrote, she all of a sudden got pneumonia and then bronchitis.
Well, she's also resigned.
Yeah, she resigned Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the next one in line. Baltimore.
Yeah, so who's the next corrupt mayor you're going to have?
I'm not too sure what his name is right now, but he's vice mayor now or whatever they call it, mayor pro tem or whatever. Because she only resigned a couple of days ago, so he'll eventually get sworn in, and then next election cycle, who knows what happens? But Baltimore's trashed out. There's no hope for that place.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, what I was going to say is anybody if you go to crimeresearch.org, you can sign up for this newsletter from John Lott. He's the one that wrote a couple of good books. I think I got one of them here. Which one is it? I got War on Guns, and it has a bunch of facts and figures in there that you could use, in a discussion with a anti-gunner if they're willing to listen to that stuff. But a lot of them don't want to listen to the facts and figures. They just want to, even though they know it's wrong, they're not going to change their mind. The way I look at it, a lot of these people, and I guess some of us are setting it that way too. But we're normally on the right side here. But between black, if you prove something is white, and for years they've been saying no, that is black, even though you proved it to them that it's white, the world has said it's white, they will still say it's black because that's just their mentality. Is what I figured out. John Z said, Democratic city, corrupt politicians. No way. Yeah. What's that saying I heard? Show me a city in decay, and I'll show you one run by Democrats.
Well, here's the best part about the woman that just quit. When she ran, I don't know, David probably knows this. The woman that she ran against was one of their former mayors who had just gotten out of prison for corruption.
And the mayor before her was caught up in a corruption scandal. We haven't had a decent mayor since, I guess, Schmoke. And I'm not saying that he was great either, but the city was actually doing a little bit all right when we had Schmoke. And then at one point in time, this guy, Ed Norris, came from the New York Police Department to run the Baltimore Police Department, and he was kicking butt. And then they threw him in jail because he took $1,000 loan from his father to move from New York to Baltimore and didn't, what's it called? Tell everybody about it. I don't know what the term is, but
disclose.
Yeah, that's it. He didn't disclose it, so they threw him in jail, and then Baltimore went right back on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got a city council guy that actually was in prison for murder, and he got out, and he's on city the city council.
Look at Marion Barry when he got busted by the FBI and then gets out of prison and he ran and got elected to DC City Council. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They built a statue honoring Mayor Barry just what, a year ago or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that guy was as corrupt as they come.
They put a statue up saying crime pays.
Yep, sure enough. It was between that or you set me up, you beep. You set me up, you beep. And they couldn't really fit all those words into one little pack.
John Z says Democrats love to vote prison inmates. Yeah, and they want to let prison inmates vote too. Have you heard Bernie lately?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's. I mean, I think if somebody has done their time and you've released them back to society, they should have their rights back before they can vote. But you know,
I agree to that to a point.
I agree to a point too.
If you've robbed banks, for 30 years of your life and you've been in and out of prison, obviously we can't keep you in jail for life for robbing a bank, which, maybe we should change that. But I don't really think that if you're a repeat felon over and over again, especially a violent felon, that you should get your votes back.
That's not the problem. The problem is Bernie wants to let them vote while they're still in prison.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sure, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's a totally different situation.
That's the only way they can really win. Is to have, and what the shame is, most people vote Democrat until they learn what's going on. I find,
Well, the propaganda has been so strong over the years that the Democrats are the party of the people, and the Republicans are the party of the rich, and people have believed that for 40 years.
Yeah, yeah. And what's strange is the Democrats are. I mean, they are the actual. What's the word for it? The white supremacists, because they're the ones that made all those laws for the African American, couldn't own guns and made it hard for them to, and didn't want them to vote and all this kind of stuff. But, but they are the party of the American people. That just doesn't make sense to me. Why people buy that bullshit?
Well, see, if you get the guys that are in prison, you also get their families. So, because if you're soft on crime and letting people out or whatever your thing is, you're also getting those family members of that person because you're helping them out.
Oh,
I see that locally.
Sean Connery put here: youth votes Democrat when they're promised the easy way out of things. Then as they grow up, pay bills, and learn how life really works, turn staunch conservative, then back to libtard in retirement. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I mean, that's it. I mean, the other thing they're putting a free college, 2 years of free college. I mean, the person said, well, no student debt. I'll vote that. You know what I'm saying? So they make all these promises. I mean, how are we meant to be paying for all this stuff that they want to do?
See, the problem with the free college thing is they came at it the wrong way. They were far too heavy-handed. If they'd have come out and said that community college, your first 2 years of community college are going to be free on the county, the state, or the federal government, whichever one, they could have got that passed easily because 13th and 14th grade is what your first 2 years of community college is anyway. Half the people are making, taking prerequisites and stuff like that to get into their majors or their minors. But when they come out and say that they want Duke University and, around the corner Main Street University to give away free education to everybody, then that's absolutely ridiculous. It would destroy the educational system overnight. And same thing with removing student debt. If you wiped out student debt, the economy would take a massive hit right overnight.
Yeah, yeah. And Yeah, but I mean, even if they got all this passed, I mean, you can only, I mean, oh yeah, we're taking the money from the rich. You keep taking from the rich, they're not going to be rich anymore. Then where does the money come from? Once you've drained the rich people to make them poor, where are you going to get your money from? You know, if somebody, I mean, to me, if I was a millionaire, I would try to read, I would hire lawyers or whatever to read that tax code to give me every break that I'm entitled to, right? I really would. And but if they started taxing me higher and higher, I would think, well, why in the hell am I busting my ass making money when the government's taking most of it? You know?
Yeah, what gets me is when they say, "Oh, this rich person isn't paying any taxes," but they say taxes, but what they mean is they're not paying any income taxes because legally they don't have an income. All their money comes in from dividends and stuff, and there is a tax they pay on that separate. So when they say you get people like remember when Mitt Romney ran, they beat him over the head out. He didn't pay any income tax. No, but he was paying how much in I can't remember the damn name of the tax from the dividends and other stuff that he owned that was taxable.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's the same argument that they make about you had mentioned, what are you going to do when you're out of the rich? Well, they don't think that Bill Gates earned his money. Like him or not, they don't think Jeff Bezos earned his money. Well, here's a shocker for everyone. They earned every penny that they own. They didn't steal money from anybody. Well, I can't say that. I don't know if they're criminals or not, but for the most part, they earned all their money, and they think that the government made that possible. So when Jeff Bezos moves to, Australia or Zimbabwe, wherever, to get out of the United States, they're just going to say, well, the government will just take over the oil industry. The government will just take over the tech industry because we're responsible for it anyway.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but there is some rich people out there who inherited their millions but their parents made the money for them, or their grandparents made the money for them. Whether they're actually working for it now is another thing. But somebody worked for it at one time to get that money. And I think because I was thinking about this the other day, I was talking to my cousin. I was talking about like some of this stuff that my father, talking to my aunt and uncle live here in Indiana, talking about stuff about my father, which I never knew because my father didn't talk about it. But he here in rural Indiana, he grew up rough. They literally lived in a log cabin because my father was born in 32, I believe it was. They actually still lived in a log cabin. All 5 kids slept in the same bedroom. And this kind of stuff. And it was tough. But my life wasn't hard. So I was thinking, growing up as a kid, I didn't think about it. I only thought about it recently. Is my father, whatever I wanted, I nearly got all the time. I might not have got it right then when I wanted because my father didn't have the money, but eventually I would get the item that I wanted so bad. And I'm talking about even if it was a toy or a bike or a wagon or whatever, my father would. Like back in the heyday of the Sears catalog, especially the Christmas one, it'd point all the stuff you wanted. My father would go into debt to get that stuff for me to make my life easier. Now, was that good or bad for me? I think it was bad for me because I thought I had a hard done by, so I was easier on my kids. So a lot of this we bring on ourselves, I think.
Yeah, I just remember the name of the taxes that you pay on like your dividends and other investment income. That's capital gains tax. So that's what you see the rich paying most of the time. It's going to be capital gains taxes because a lot of rich people don't have a traditional income, like because they're not working for somebody, they're working for themselves or they're in whatnot if they're working at all. But they'll have they'll have stocks, bonds, different commodities, and all that stuff they have to pay capital gains taxes on. And what a lot of people don't realize, if you invest in gold or stuff or silver or anything like that, and you sell any of it, you got to pay capital gains taxes on the income you make off of selling those.
Yeah, and don't some of these real big corporations or rich people, don't some of them do their taxes quarterly and not yearly? I believe.
Yeah, any business like 1099 employee or something like Rich was saying, where you're not getting paid by somebody else with a pay stub and all that other kind of stuff, you have to pay quarterly. If not, you, at least in Maryland, you get a fine at the end of the year. So I pay my taxes quarterly.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. Luckily, I don't pay any taxes anymore. Because I'm below the poverty line. So what can I say? Even here, but I'm just barely here in Indiana. I'm well off. I'm at the top of the poverty line. Just a couple of more dollars, and it will put me above the poverty line. So that's with my Social Security. And luckily, I am thankful that all the years I worked for Uncle Sam, as a federal employee, because when they based my disability on my whole working career, that 20 odd years I was with the government, I was earning good money. So that's what they base on how much I get above the national average on Social Security disability, which I said I am thankful for. But I've had it now for 2.5 years now, I think. Have I had it? No, I've been disabled 2.5, 3 years, but I've only had Social Security about 1.5 years now. It took a while for me to, get it. But
I got a question, Rick.
Yes.
How come this is the first time we're hearing about this? Sean Parnery says you have all-you-can-eat fried chicken on Thursdays. I didn't know about that.
Not on Thursdays, it's on Fridays. And I don't have it. It's down at Deb's truck stop where I go for breakfast. I don't know if any of you see my post I do on Facebook with it, but Friday lunchtime they do a fried chicken buffet, all you can eat. I think it's for $8.95. I think. Fried chicken and all the sides that go with it, and it's on a Friday. Then I believe Friday evening. I've never been there on a Friday evening, so I don't know. But if I've read the menu correctly, Friday evening is a fish and chip buffet down there. So I'm gonna have to try it out one day, But I'm still, even at my old age, I still feel funny walking into a place where I don't know anybody, There we go. But it's called it's called Deb's Truck Stop. It's on, was it Route 231 East, I think. I can't remember now, but it sits there. Just as you're entering Bird's Eye, if you're coming from Huntingburg, Indiana. So there we go. It's a real dive. It really is. But put it this way, the health department, it's not filthy, but the health department says if anybody takes over from her, they're going to have to gut it and redo it. It's clean and everything, but she's grandfathered in on on all the health laws and new things they got to do now to run a restaurant. So, you can't beat it. The price is right. Like I have breakfast. I have bacon, eggs, bacon, eggs. What do I have? Home fries, toast, a bottomless cup of coffee. Cost me about $6.45 or something like that for that. And it's a big plateful. If you go to my Facebook page, I got pictures of it there. It's loaded. So.
Yeah, but if it's legit fish and chips, man, I don't care how nervous you are about being around people you don't know. I'm there. But
I like the chicken thing. I might have to go next Friday. I might have to go down there for the chicken. You know, because I love fried chicken.
Sounds like a video in the making to me.
Yeah, see, there we go. Video. I have to. Yeah, see. I mean, we've headed over to food. You know, and I don't think Midnight's not even here, is he?
Speaking of food, I've been doing the grilling stuff because it's so nice out, and I got that mail call from Blind Grilling. And
yes, I saw the glove.
Had those pit gloves with the flames on the hands.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that stuff's hokey. I ain't gonna use that, because I always cook with my hands anyways. And if you're not singeing your arm hairs, you're not cooking, right? But the other day I used them 2 days in a row. First with brats and dogs, which they work great. I do admit that, the first thing I did was put my hand right on top of the grill, the grate, and couldn't feel anything. So it's kind of nerdy, like wearing a gauntlet or something. But
I hope you wore them correctly, because you were demonstrating them wrong.
Yeah.
You were putting the outside. You were putting what goes on the inside of your palm. You were sticking it on the outside of your hand.
Oh, the cut gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those I didn't use because hey, I got insurance, so if I get cut. But those pit gloves, I will swear by them. I only use one at a time, like my left hand, because I didn't really trust it that much. But I actually cooked all of dinner with my left hand only on the grill, and it was you reach up, you can grab the pork chop, flip it over. You have to wash them or whatever, and I've washed them twice. So
I'm not sure if anybody notified you yet, though, Patriot, but Gun Channels had a vote, and it was pretty unanimous that you need to send the cut-proof gloves to Night Strike.
I was
Yeah.
That's coming up. He does have that 1,000 sub giveaway thing, and I might package those up and just drop ship them some.
Yeah.
These ones are a little big for me. They stick
1911.
past my fingertips, but
yeah, 1911 cut-proof gloves. Yeah. John Z says, if you didn't eat it if you don't videotape it. He's just saying, when I go for all I can eat chicken. Yeah, I don't know about video. I might take a few snaps of it when I take snaps of my breakfast, the people in there look at me funny. So standing over the buffet with my camera out taking pictures is going to look kind of funny, but the hell, I'll do it.
Maybe they'll comp you a breakfast. So
if I'm telling them I'm putting it on YouTube and all that good stuff.
So you better hook me up, make it look good.
Yeah. Actually, talking about grilling, after the show here today, I'm gonna, I normally have hamburgers. I've got my little table grill now, and I bought some gas. Oh, by the way, in Walmart they had a special. Those little table grills with the little green bottles you can buy. Walmart has $6.34 for a 2-pack. So
for just the propane?
Yeah, for two of those little green bottles, $6.34. I don't know if that's good or not, but that's what I paid for them. They had the big sign up saying it was a special or rollback or whatever you call it.
Now, is that actually a grill, or is that more of a camp stove?
It's a grill.
Okay.
Mine's a tabletop grill.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I just uses propane. That's all. So I've got a little workbench that a collapsible workbench that I've had, and I got that set up outside against the wall, and I got the little grill on top of it. So I'm ready to go.
I used to have the old hibachi, the little charcoal grill, and I put that on the tailgate of my little El Camino. Couldn't beat it.
Yeah. Normally, to be honest with you, I do love using charcoal grills, but when I'm just going to cook a couple of hamburgers, waiting 30 minutes for the charcoal to get ready just to cook 2 burgers, then let it waste after I finish. It's easier just to flip the gas on, throw them on there, flip them over a couple of times, pull them off, turn the gas off, and you're done. You know? So, or is that laziness? I don't know. So, anyway, you guys got any questions or things you want to talk about?
Did you see anything else at the NRA show, disability wise?
Let's see, the wheelchairs. What else did I see?
I mean, braces, any of that kind of stuff? I mean, obviously they have braces, but, you know, everybody uses those now, just, you know, besides what they were originally for.
I didn't talk to anybody, but they had a, I can't think of the name of it now, but they had a booth there that had all the, what's called, that you could mount your rifle on wheelchairs and stuff like that.
Mm.
And I mean, for that kind of stuff, also for normal people on a shooting bench, you know, they had rifle mounts and stuff, but they also had some there that you could mount on wheelchairs and stuff like that.
Oh,
I saw those. You know. Oh, John Z wants to know when I'm putting my wheelchair fiasco video up. Well, I didn't video that. Maybe I need to email
a reenactment.
the Indiana Convention Center and see if they got any video of the outside of that place where I left. You know.
And Tony's not here, so if you want to tell us about the Smith & Wesson 380 Easy Performance Center model, you can now.
Oh, oh yeah. I mean that is a beautiful looking gun. It's I think they only brought it out recently. They've got it in 3 different. I think 3 different colors, or not colors, 3 different. What's the word for it?
Finishes?
What?
Finish?
Yes, 3 different types of finish on it. But anyway, it's got a fluted barrel, and it's got these sort of like the slide is would you call it fluted on the slide? It has cutouts on the slide too to make it lighter. It's got the night sights.
Lightning cuts. Lightning cuts.
That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a port at the end of the barrel, and it's got lightning cuts on the slide, and it's got night sights.
They ported a 380.
Yeah.
I think doesn't have much recoil to begin with. I don't know what.
It's just a single port. It's nothing major. I mean, you could have taken an 1/8 inch drill bit and done it yourself. It's really nothing major, but
yeah, I have the 380 Easy. That thing doesn't recoil much to begin with. I just don't see the point.
Well, the Performance Center model, the changes that they made to it only raised the price $70. So yeah, it's not like they drilled a hole in it and doubled the price. So
like with the regular Shield.
But aren't the Performance Center ones? That's part of their thing is porting, right? I mean, that's done on all the Performance Center ones.
Oh,
all the models they do.
I mean, is it?
I don't know.
Performance Centers are ported.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The shields are ported. The 9mm and the 40 and the 45.
Yeah.
Putting a port on that 380. I mean, it just seems pointless. I mean, if you had a Performance Center bodyguard, I could see putting a port on that because that thing is not the lightest recoiling because of the size of it. But the EZ, that thing is not a necessarily small pistol. The recoil on it's light to begin with. It seems pointless to put a port on that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I tell you what. But you're talking about that though, Rich. What I liked about it was the way it fit in my hand. Out of all those little guns I looked at when I was at the show, that was the best feeling gun in my hand.
Oh yeah, it does. They feel good in your hand.
And that slide is easy to to rack that slide too. I didn't have any trouble with it whatsoever. So,
what is that running right now? Uh,
No, you would have to
MFRP
ask me.
or whatever. Just the normal one.
Squib, how much is it? How much was it running
The
for?
standard 380Z, I think I paid $399 for mine.
Yeah, they're around that figure. You
Is
know,
this
I'm
the
just-
gun right here? This one? Or these up here? Can you, my screen sharing, can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's the one that has the grip safety on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that little yellow tang on the back right there.
Yeah. Now that's the paper underneath, if you look. But
Well-
that looks like it, but I can't tell. You can't tell if it's got the grip safety or not.
Well, these three right here all got grip safeties on them, and then this
Yeah.
picture, next picture, and they got this one's got like a gold barrel and then a gold triggers and a little gold
yeah,
jammy on the back.
Yeah, the first one on the second row down, that's the standard 380 easy.
This one right here.
No, the one next to it, to the left.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That's the original 380 easy. That's the one I have.
All right, and then this one's the performance because I guess there's the little cuts in the slide.
Yeah, I guess. Did they take the grip safety off of it?
no, the grip safety.
No, this is white on this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see it now.
I was
It's
just asking
the
because
background on that white background.
Yeah.
Oh, John, he asked me when I was going to the range next. Hopefully next week. Or I haven't been. You're right. I haven't been there for a while, but I'm going to go next week. So, whether I'll try to video it. It's just be honest with you, I'm just being lazy. I just want to go there and shoot. I don't want to go there and, But I will. I'll film something for, even if it's only a 10 or 20, 10 or 15 second video. But I'll do something, to keep you all happy, to prove that I do go down there. I might take my fishing pole with me too, because they got a lake there as well.
Did anybody see Dano's video about the new hangout thing that's gonna supposedly be happening?
No, what's going to be happening?
I guess from what I understand, Google Hangouts is gonna go away soon or sometime. I don't know soon.
Yeah,
or not.
they've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah. And then
Anything replacing it?
yeah, he was on some other site for the live stream, and but he said that you can't have a panel. It's just you and then I guess the chat room.
No, that ain't any good. I don't mind doing that, but it's better to have other people in on a conversation.
Well, I just suggest you go over to gun2.org. I think they have a whole little thing over there, don't they?
Yes.
With the panel?
Yeah. I think you can do something through OBS. You can do live this kind of stuff. I think you can do a panel with that. I'm not sure. But you see the latest on Facebook. They're deleting accounts that they find dangerous.
I think it's about time that they got that far right-wing conservative Louis Farrakhan finally off of Facebook.
Yeah. They said he was banned, but they also banned a couple of other people that haven't done anything wrong. So what happens if I decide to like something of like if I decide to if I like to say I think Alex Jones is an American patriot, they can strike me off of Facebook. Which I think is crazy.
Well, see, that kind of leads to the discussion that we have quite a bit. People like me living in Maryland and Rob D out in New York and different stuff like that. Blind shooter. Do you stay on Facebook and fight the good fight and try to get them to do right, or do you just say screw Facebook and drop your account and stop using it? Or same thing with Twitter. If they're clearly not on our side, they Facebook called Louis Farrakhan a right winger. So that's clearly not on our side. Do you just shut your account down and walk away from it, or do you stay and fight the good fight?
I think you got to stay and fight the good fight, because a lot of people, believe it, get their news, information, whatever, from those platforms. And if all you're getting is what the left wants you to hear, that's how they're going to vote, because that's the only way that's what they've heard that the country wants.
Yeah, I wouldn't focus on just one. Make sure you spread it out, but I would still stick with it just because it's, bugs them, and it gets their stuff out, because you don't know who's gonna come across something that you put out that's gonna, do something big later. It might inspire somebody to actually do something instead of just sit there and watch, Facebook or something. Admittedly, I don't do much on Facebook.
I don't either anymore, but
I boycotted it for, I don't know, 2.5 years, and just because there's people that they'll send you a message on Facebook, and then that's considered a conversation. So they'll send you an invite to something, and then that's it. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. Because
is that this Monday, the rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania?
Yes, that's
Yes.
one the rally that we're not promoting, because Midnight Range keeps asking us to promote it, so we told them we're not promoting it. But yes, it's Monday at the Pennsylvania State House in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at 10 a.m. in the morning. But we're not promoting it, so don't.
Okay, that's the one we're not promoting. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely that rally that is Monday, May 6th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at 10 a.m. Had a whole bunch of gun channels people will be at. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're definitely not promoting that rally, 10 a.m. Monday, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the PA State House. We are not at all in the slightest promoting that rally. So if you want to go, that's where to go, but don't tell them we sent you, because we're not promoting it.
That works for me. So for anybody, because we're not promoting it, at 10 a.m. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on Monday.
At the State House.
At the State House.
We're also not promoting.
We're not promoting.
We're also not going to promote people open carrying there. So the rally Monday, May 6th at 10 a.m. in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, that we're not going to talk about. We're also not going to talk about open carry there either.
Whatever. Did the rally ever happen in Pittsburgh?
Yes, it did.
How did that go down?
That was months ago. But
It was?
pretty. Yeah, they had a pretty decent turnout.
Oh, that's good.
That was in January. That was a pretty good rally.
Okay.
But it did nothing. The mayor and the city council still did what they did. So all we can do is try.
That's all you can do.
And Patriot, in case you're wondering, yes, I wrote the guy a letter after I went to the rally. So.
See, I'm just sitting here smiling, because from a guy that says, I'm not going to email, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You've been doing a lot lately, and
I only did two of them. I only did two of them. No, I used to do that back in the day. I did. I used to do it a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So. See.
Yeah, may the force be with you.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to load up a few mags that I have to carry with me in a couple days.
Oh, I got the NRA sent me a letter asking for money to help them. So, what I did was, they say, please put a stamp on the front to save us money. I'm not doing that. I'm going to make them pay for it. And I wrote on the card, there, I'll start sending you money when you start defending the Second Amendment. And I'm going to send it back to them.
Yeah, I got one that was.
I don't know.
I got an email from them the other day. I don't know if you heard, but the other guys probably did, where they were asking me to send money to save LaPierre's job.
Yes. Yeah, I got that one too.
They have changed their phone scheme though now, where they call in that, because if you do voice, and they say XYZ and stuff, and then you tell them why, what you're upset with if you do. You know, they give you the number to call and actually, you know, to talk to somebody at the NRA, which
Yeah,
I know there are different, you know, people that do it. It's just a phone bank somewhere, but
Yeah, I put my response to that email in the internal chat. If you want to read that, that's what I sent back to him.
Yeah, that makes. I agree with you. It's. I mean, mine was short and sweet. I used a black marker because they gave you a card to fill out, and I wrote over it with a black Sharpie, saying I'll send you money when you start supporting the Second Amendment. You know, so
I'm going to throw what I put in my response over in the gun channels chat too. I can't put it in the YouTube chat. It's too long, and I don't feel like breaking it up.
yeah. So. All right, see you later, Jason. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, you gun channels people. You can see what I wrote back to the NRA too. Yeah. One of the reasons why gun channel is better than YouTube. They don't limit you to 200 characters.
True. All right. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, next week's quiz. And I've got a bunch of stuff for as prizes. Let's have a look. Let me tip it all out here. Oh man, is that all of it? Yeah. I got some gun oil from Rock Island Armory, or is it what's the actual name? Begins with an A. The actual parent company. That's their gun oil. Then I got Palmetto.
Armscore.
That's it. Encore's oil. And I got a Palmetto State sticker. You know, the American flag. Then the "Don't Tread on Me" thing. I got this black butterfly ammunition sticker. Not sticker, patch. Then I got a Patriot in the Dark patch. My Spotted Rick patch. My very last, I wonder if G-Webs is around. My very last trading card. That's it. I don't even have one for myself. That's my last one. And I got some other, I got Nate tactical thing here. All these are the prize for next week. The question was supplied by John Brown Productions, so he can't enter because he knows the answer. But the question is, now this is a good one, I think, anyway. That's why I'm using it. You ready? In the 1981 sci-fi movie Outland, Sean Connery played Marshal William T. O'Neill in a mining colony on Jupiter's moon. What was his issued firearm? And it's a mail-in quiz. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And I need the answer by lunchtime next Saturday. The question: in the 1981 movie Outland, starring Sean Connery, played Marshal William T. O'Neill, and I want to know what was his issued firearm. So that is the question.
Hey, Rick, I got to run, so I wanted to say bye. Thank you for having me. And
I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks.
everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Later,
that's you,
Dave.
Dave.
Yep. I'm about ready to run this down myself because I need to call my aunt, the one that's having radiation treatment because she got cancer. So I want to call and see how she's doing. So I'm going to shut this one down early anyway. So I'm going to call it quits already. And I appreciate everybody being here. I know I sort of stuck it short, but I'm going to get back on track with more questions. I'm going to start. Normally, what I used to do was I got my pad here, and I write stuff on it during the week of stuff I'm going to talk about. And the last couple of weeks I haven't done that. I got me 2 pens, so I'm going to get back to doing it. So we'll have some more, some more topics to talk about. But I want to say thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it to pass a Saturday afternoon. And I believe is there going to be a Minuteman University this afternoon with G-Webs? I'm not sure, but he normally does one on Saturday afternoons. So keep your eyes out for a notification. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but I'm not getting notifications for nothing. So it's damn annoying. So I have to keep going. So I use when I'm sitting there watching TV, I'll go on my phone and pull up YouTube app to see any of the people that I normally get notifications from that they've released a video. I have to keep looking to see if one's being released or not. It's a real pain in the ass. But anyway, that's it. I want to say thank you all for being here. And I'll be back on Wednesday for Shooting with Disabilities. And if anybody's got any questions they want asked, send them to me at Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. That's questions either for this Saturday's show or Wednesday's Shooting with Disabilities. Any questions are welcome, and I appreciate it. And if you liked what you hear, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I would appreciate it. And YouTube, when it last Wednesday, the Wednesday before when I was trying to process the video, it took a whole week for it to process. As soon as I finished with last Wednesday's show, the week before is finally processed. It said it was done. And then then the new one from Wednesday, they done it. It went through straight away. So I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but it's really strange. Anyway, let me go through my panel here for the people to say goodbye. We'll start with Squib. Any shout outs or plugs?
No, just want to say if you have an opportunity to open carry, if it's legal in your state, do so whenever you can. If you're okay with that, I'm open carrying right now while we're walking the dog.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I'm waiting any day now. My Indiana carry license should be here. Then with a carry license, you can open carry here in Indiana. So that's
you bought the lifetime one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I wish they had the lifetime CPL here in Michigan, but maybe one day we'll adopt it. It'd be nice.
Yeah. What's a damn shame though is, right here it was. I think it was $75 for the license. Then you had to pay another $50 state fee. Well, the governor just signed a new bill that the state fee has been, as of July, you no longer have to pay the state fee. So he's lowered it to $50 total for the life membership. It cost me $125, but now starting July, it's only going to be $50. Kind of a pisser, really. Hey, that's the story of my life. A day late and $1 short. So anyway, Rich, any plugs or shout outs?
Yeah, make sure you check out the new Voices chat tonight. I'm not sure which one of those guys is hosting it, but David Bowling started it, and it's a bunch of people that usually they'll be hanging out in like the YouTube chats and stuff, but they've never got on camera until this point. Or, they have a live show every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to check that one out. And then tomorrow night on Unloaded Media Channel, we'll have This Week Unloaded. I have no idea what the topic's going to be, so we'll figure that out as we go. That's usually how it works.
Okay. Oh, real quick, unknown user just put into the chat. I think that's Tennessee. Yeah, for your info, Tennessee just passed a new 2A friendly law. We no longer have to pay for and take a 6-hour class for a permit. We now just have to take a 90-minute online test. I mean, that's better than having to do a 6-hour class. But is the online test free? That's what I want to know. You know. So anyway, there we go. So who's left on my panel? The one and only Patriot in the Dark. Any plugs or shout outs, buddy?
I sure do. Just to start off, if you are from Michigan, check out Michigan Responsible or Coalition of Responsible Gun Owners, MCGRO, because their last email listed a whole bunch of pro bills that are sitting in there that they've just introduced, and one of them is a lifetime membership.
They have an Amazon affiliate link as well if you want to help support them financially. And they're the ones that got us the concealed pistol license shall issue about 20 years ago, a little bit less than 20 years. They're the ones that push for all that. They do good work.
It's outstanding. I put a link to it in the everysecondmatters.com on their page or whatever last week. So check that out. They do have a bunch of things going through, and if you have time, look through them and contact everybody and yell at them and push for it. So, but I got my new logo stickers. I just got a batch of them. So if anybody wants one of those, you can email me at patriotinthedark@gmail.com. And I'll put out a video or whatever, but I'll just do them for like a donation on PayPal or something. Whatever.
Have your new patches arrived yet?
No, there's a Velcro shortage, I hear.
Oh,
yeah, they're getting all the Velcro from Venezuela, and right now they're having problems down there.
The little Velcro, it's a little animal, and don't have enough people to run and catch them.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I'll put out something about that. So if you're interested in one of the stickers, just let me know. But I do appreciate it, and go out and shoot. It's beautiful out. Make sure you're legal and all that other stuff too. But
all right. Thank you. I want to say to everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. And we'll be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The only time that matters. Talk to you later.
Never fear the dark.